What's up, everyone? Good to have you here. Another day, another live stream. Price locally, finding resistance at the area that we identified this morning. Quite nice. Proper rejection. 1 second, pouring some water. My throat needs it. Make sure to hydrate. Huh? Always drink. Okay. Let's get this started, shall we? Welcome everyone in today's live stream. Of course, we're covering Elliott waves as always. And we're going to zoom out to the higher time frame and then eventually the lower time frame. And what to expect. So earlier today in the video that I posted, we identified the main area of resistance to the upside when price was ranging, and we moved to the upside, we hit the resistance, and we reject from the resistance. So yeah, this was the area that pretty much decides on a 1 hour bullish or bearish scenario. So let's talk about this, shall we? Welcome everyone. Good to have you here. Dejan, maybe a Band-Aid, Lauri, Rodney, what's up? I'm very impressed with how sniper accurate you are with the FIB tool. Thank you, Rodney. I appreciate it. I wonder if like, do you mean how I pull the fibs? Like just when I click on the fib and I take the high and the low. So I say thanks, but I'm I'm not 100% sure I know what you mean. Of course, we pull the fibs from highs to lows or lows to highs. But I guess what you mean is the speed of which I pull them, I suppose. Zed, welcome. John, Yaniv, good to have you here. Crazy Potato. Yaniv, I have to listen to your voice note still, by the way. Gonna get that sorted. Beer a bit, what's up? Welcome, new thumbnail indeed. Yeah, so we're gonna be messing around with thumbnails a bit. Got a new editor in the channel as well, and he had some ideas, and then based on the ideas of the editor, Jeroen, other employee, he had some ideas, so we're messing around with those thumbnails. Tarun, welcome. Ben, good to have you here. More and more confident, Ben, that I follow the recommendations of your Discord DM about a new laptop. Edelol, Dawa, what's up? Karen K. Let's get this started, shall we? Let's get this started. So yeah, just explain. We had the main area of resistance here towards the upside, right? We had a daily golden pocket, daily naked point of control, and the point of control of this part of the range as well. This is the main area that decides the probabilities of continuation or rejection. Now we also have some news, or actually had some news. It's already a little while ago, but 2:30 p.m. Central European time today. It's now 4:10 p.m. So we're 1 hour and 40 minutes in basically. But we have rejected very nicely at the resistance, and prices moving to the downside with some volume as well. So one has to be aware of this, of course. Now we're gonna summarize the higher time frame and then as quickly as possible move towards the lower time frames, because of course that is where everything happens. And while going through the analysis, I will highlight certain elements and things that you want to be aware of with regards to the probabilities of continuation up or down, of course. So that's why the thumbnail is watch out for this. No? That's weekly, daily, and then we have the 4 hour stuff. Okay, cool. So let's start. Remove this. Christian, welcome, by the way. Welcome. Okay. So on a weekly time frame, we continue to keep an eye on a 5-wave impulsive structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, looking for that wave 5 between 81.3 and 129K. Now, after 5, you expect another bear market, right? A deeper retracement towards the downside. 60K, 50K are targets that come to mind. Now that means that in this wave 5, we first need to finish an impulse. At the moment, what you can see is that we have a bit of a grind here towards the upside. We have a push, but on the weekly time frame, we do not yet have a second grind. And that is actually what you like to see, right? So you want to see 1, 2, 1, 2, maybe a third one, a wave 3. That is your big impulsive move, the highest amount of volume in 3. And then you get your wave 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5 type of structure, right? So you have a bit of a grind here, and then you have, again, a bit of a grind towards the upside. Now at the moment, price is moving to the upside here, and we are still waiting for wave 4s and wave 5s to form. Of course, in this scenario, preferably that happens before reaching 129K. Now we will definitely keep an eye on the volume on a weekly time frame. At the moment, you can see price moves up here locally, and it does so on an increased amount of volume as well here. Now what we want to see in an impulse is between wave 3 and 5 is a higher high on a lower amount of volume. So if price just keeps pushing and we never really get a wave 4 and we move above 129K, it starts to increase probabilities of another scenario. And if price moves up, volume continues to increase, and eventually we take out this high here, we have to be aware of more bullish scenarios, and then a double 1, 2 with a 3 comes to mind. It is not the highest probability scenario. It hasn't been the highest probability scenario since the very beginning, but it's one that we do keep in mind. 1 to 1, 2, and then you have an explosive 3 towards the upside. It's not yet relevant, right, at where we are at the moment at least, but we keep it in mind. Now, on a daily time frame, if we zoom in, then you can see here I have a double 1, 2 on my chart, which means 1 to 1, 2. We eventually look for 4, 5, 4, 5. Now there is the possibility that you can add another 1, 2, which first of all can be from the low, right? So that you have a triple 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 3, and then eventually 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, right? You need as many 4, 5s as 1, 2s. There's also that slight possibility that you can have a 1, a 2 in here, so that you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? In that case though, this is not allowed to be a triangle, because a triangle cannot exist in a wave 2. So you would then need to count this as a W zigzag X, and then zigzag, and then Y was a flat on the lower time frames, right? So that is something I have in mind. At the moment, however, it is not yet relevant how many 1, 2s we have. Why? Because we're always going to be waiting for at least 2, 4, 5s, and at the moment we don't have any, right? So at the moment, we would still be looking for 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. And after that 5, that is when we can look at the retracement and, okay, is this another wave 4, right? And again, up for 5. Is this corrective or impulsive? If it is corrective, we look for a 4 and continuation to the upside. If it is impulsive, oh, cool. Then we finish the bull market and we go down. But at the moment, in the upcoming weeks, we do not have to think about the end of a bull market. Unless price takes out this low, 66.7K. That would be a problem. That would be a problem. Now on the 4-hour time frame, there were 2 scenarios, of which I actually want to start with the other one first here. No. I'll just stick with the order in my folder. So 2 scenarios, right? This is the same 1, 2. But then, of course, inside your 3, you have another impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, in this scenario, preferably your 4 is in at this low, on top of the 3A2, which is a common target for 4. But that means that on a low time frame, if this is the end of your wave 4, you need to count, 1 second here, that's this one. You need to count this move to the upside as an impulse. So in 4, we have a 3-wave structure. 1 second, to finish wave 4 at the low. But then you need an impulse to the upside here, not a 3-wave structure. And you can see becomes a bit tricky, no? So if we go to the 15-minute time frame, what's the probabilities of moving this, turning this into an impulse? Well, if this is the low of your wave 4, and we are looking for continuation up, we need a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Commonly your wave 4 is longer than 2, which isn't the case with this small range here, right? So it would have been better if we look for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if this is a wave 4, take from the low to the high, right? If this is your 3, you want to see a 4, but price hit the 618. The 618 is an invalidation for a wave 4. So therefore, you're either looking at a finished impulse, but that would mean your 4 is very short compared to your 2, and most commonly a 4 is longer than 2, so it's not great probabilities. Alternatively, you need to count this as a 1, 2, 1, 2 continuation up, a double 1, 2. And then after the double 1, 2, you finish blue 3, blue 4, blue 5. Now in this case, your second wave 1 here, right? Doesn't really matter, by the way, if you finish this 2 here, that's fine as well. Now whichever one you want to pick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this wave 1 here is a lot longer than this wave 1. Even though the white one is a lower degree Elliott wave 1. And most commonly, if you do have multiple 1, 2s, you have a big 1, 2, that's your blue one, higher degree, and then a smaller 1, 2 before you lift off, because it's a lower degree, and preferably a lower degree 1, 2 is a bit smaller in time and price, not bigger. It's not a requirement, but in the end, it's all probabilities, right? So the probabilities here for a double 1, 2, even though we didn't take out these lows yet, isn't too great. And then we have a diagonal, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it's way too early to start talking about diagonals. So in other words, the probabilities have increased after rejecting at our target box here. Let me actually remove this. This one is annoying. That's like from a week ago. The probabilities increased. This is a 3-wave structure, another 5-wave structure, or a 1, 2, 1, 2. Now this being a 3-wave structure increases the probabilities for the more bearish scenario on the 1 hour time frame, which is this one. And here we then have a finished ABC to the downside in a wave W. We then have our wave X, and you look for your wave Y to still take out the low. Now, because price did not touch the 0.7 in this case, over here, Fibonacci taken from the high to the low of W, there are still probabilities to label this as a zigzag in W, X, and a zigzag in a wave Y. Wave Y, however, can also be a flat and even a triangle. But it is too early to call a flat or triangle because at the moment we just have a move to the downside here. But in most of the cases for a wave Y, it's most common to eventually take out the low of your W. Now, a corrective structure can have many forms, right? That makes them tricky at times. If price would take out this high of wave X here, right, then either you're looking for a flat in Y, but alternatively, you would be looking for A, B, C. Bit too early. We will, in time, if this structure really becomes relevant, then you'll be the first to know. But at least that is one to be aware of. Let me actually check this. But in that case, by the way, if you want A, B, C, you don't want to hit the 07 here. So yeah, so basically what we're saying as a more like a conclusion, I suppose, on the 1 hour time frame, probabilities are higher. This is a 3-wave structure, increasing the probabilities for price to take out this low. Bare minimum is continuing the range, but taking out this low would be good. Which then of course also means that on a 4 hour time frame, you are not going to have this scenario as your highest probability where your wave 4 is finished. You're going to move into a bigger wave 4. You're looking for a bigger corrective structure. where preferably the correction ends at least after this vertical line on the chart, which is Saturday 1 a.m. Central European Time. So what we're looking for here is 1 2 1 2 3 and then a bigger 4 and then eventually continuation to the upside. It still leads to continuation. In the end, in a bull market, most of the retracements are the places where the opportunities are, right? To look eventually for entries and continuation of the trend. But having moves to the downside is absolutely normal. Now the target for this wave 4 here is the 23605, 87.2, 80.1k, invalidation 77k. Minimum time target would be the 302 again, right? Saturday 1 a.m. Common time target, or after at least, the common target would be 19th of November, Tuesday 9 p.m. And then we take it from there. And that is basically it. So from a probability standpoint, weekly time frame, highest probability, bullish scenario on the weekly, where we are looking for wave 5. Only if the volume is going to increase, as explained in the analysis, would we consider 1 2 1 2 and a bigger 3. On the daily time frame, right? We have a double 1 2 here on the chart. We can make this a triple 1 2. We can make it a quadruple 1 2, right? If you want to add 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, doesn't matter. Less is more. Being conservative is best. In all cases, we are eventually looking for wave 4s and wave 5s. Pretty much the invalidation of a bull market is this low here at 66.7k. And then on the 1 hour time frame, as the probabilities are higher after rejecting at resistance that this is a 3-wave structure, it therefore increases the probabilities on a 4 hour time frame, first of all to take the low, and second to move into a bigger wave 4 with a minimum time target of Saturday, tomorrow, 1 a.m. Central European Time. And that is it. So if you want to keep it very, very simple, the probabilities remain higher for the bull market to continue. And retracements are normal. Retracements give opportunity. Wait for your plan or your strategy and make money. That being said, by the way, about the emotional element of trading, there is I recommend this one. If you go to the shorts on the channel, we posted a new short, which is a talking head short, first one ever that we made, this one here, where I talk about like emotion and psychology. So can be interesting for some. Now with regards to support and resistance, these are the levels that I have on my chart to the up and the downside. We have hit the daily, right? So we have hit the box that I put on my chart this morning and spoke about. In the morning update, I mentioned that we are looking for price to move to resistance. And this is the area where we basically determine, is your wave 4 in, or are you looking for a bigger corrective structure? And at the moment with the local move to the downside, one would look for the bigger corrective structure at the moment. Now price is of course moving down here, volume increasing, which means that from an Elliott wave point of view, if not involved with the chart, it generally is best to wait for another range to form, because a range will always give you the most amount of clarity. Same here, quick move down after price touched, remember, for the people that were here, the daily naked point of control got touched, quick move down, right? Patience, 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 hit support, which was the point of control of this range. Hit support, bullish CVD, boom, resistance, right? This is, in this case, that's your opportunity, no? And yeah, I mean, now we hit resistance, so keep things simple. So very nice, very nice. Now for a double zigzag for the Elliott waivers, they'll probably know, but take a fib from the start to the end of W to the potential end of X here. And then the target for your Y is 83.8K to 82.2K. And we also have, of course, I've seen people talk about it. We have a CME gap at, I don't know, 77 or 80K or somewhere there. If you go down that far, you would need to count this as another 1, 2 to stay bullish, and then continuation up, because 77K is an invalidation of wave 4. So yeah, you could hit the gap because there's a CME gap somewhere here. You could hit the gap, but you got to be aware you don't drop too deep. So we can start it here and the weekend ended somewhere here. So of course this is your gap, but you can see you don't want to fill the gap because then a wave 4 is invalidated, and then the only bullish scenario you have left is to count this as another 1, 2, which is not preferred because of the size of this move up compared to your previous ones. So this is a lot longer. So if you do go down to the gap, then only touch it, and that's it. Price now also hit the 0.7 taken from the low to the high. The wide fib 0.7 is touched. This significantly decreases the probabilities for a bigger flat A, B, C in a bigger wave 4, because in a wave B of a flat, you most commonly have a zigzag family structure, right? Which is a 5, 3, 5, but then of course a bigger 5, 3, 5, ABC, or a double zigzag W, X, Y. But if wave X in a double zigzag hits the 0.7, it significantly reduces probabilities for a double zigzag. So therefore, a bigger flat just reduced in probabilities simply because we hit the 0.7 here at 87.8K, which therefore means that your WXY becomes more attractive. And then again, in wave Y, you can have a zigzag, a flat, or a triangle. Wave Ys can be tricky. So yeah, that's it, everyone. Let's continue to observe what price does, and then take it from there. I think we hit the point of control of this range now as well. So a little bit of support here. Up. There we go. And that's that. Elliott wave analysis at, when did we start? Ooh, I think we started the analysis at like 12 minutes or something. I'll put the timestamp in the video, or yeah, after the live stream, I'll put the timestamps in. Let me quickly move up. So good to hear. Then we will have a good one-on-one, 101, how to deal with a MacBook. Yeah. I watched a lot of content online. I haven't yet ordered anything, but yeah, I'm educating myself. You think 87, 86 is good support? Well, a previous range, a previous structure always helps, but that is the only thing that really keeps price afloat in the 87 area. So you have the point of control. Price is moving down. Now, if this is an impulse down, by the way, right, you take a fib from this high, right, the lower high, to the low, toggle on the 618. If price moves up now and hits the 618, it will increase probabilities that this is a 3-wave structure, not a 5-waver, which then increases probabilities to take the high again. So yeah, that's how probabilities always change. But yeah, but at the moment, yeah, a bit of a point of control. And if you do move down here, it's not too much going on. No, what do we have? Value area low. We have a range here as well. All right, so you have a bit of a range, bit of structural support. But I don't have any horizontals there, so there's no time frame horizontal or a naked point of control. Yeah. Rodney, when I pull my fibs, for some reason, I don't get as accurate on the price as you are within damn near the dollar. Rodney, I'll give you a tip. The tip is your control on your keyboard. So if I click on the fib, you can see that the magnet on, can you see this, the magnet? Yeah, you guys can see it. The magnet here is turned off, right? But if I press, if I press control, right, you can see that it turns on, right? So when I pull my fibs, I click on the fib, I move my cursor to the correct candle, I press control, and then I click. And then I go down, and I don't need to put my cursor here on the low. I just need to select the correct candle and then press control. And you can see it automatically connects to the low of the candle, and then I just click again. That is what I use when I pull my fibs there. Raul Santella, welcome. Samith, what's up? What's up? I wonder if Stuba will be here as well. Shocked Stuba. Mark, what's up? Could you check mods chat for a minute? Piper Academy wants to redirect his views to this live stream in about 10 minutes, but you have that option disabled. Oh, really? First of all, thanks, Piper Academy. Second, I have that option disabled. Let me check my mod chat quick. How do I do that? He has that turned off. I've never. So first of all, no one ever wanted to redirect viewers to my stream. So that's the first time. Where do I change this? Would you mind quickly ChatGPTing this and then posting it in the mod chat again? I'm in the settings now. Quickly scrolling, but it's difficulty to redirect. Redirects allow you to keep viewers engaged across multiple events, add a live stream or premiere for people to watch after your ends. Okay, but I don't want to start the redirect. I'm actually wanting to have, I don't know. I can redirect myself, but I don't know how to redirect or receive one, so to speak. So yeah, thanks Piper Academy, Mr. Piper. But I'm afraid I won't be able to figure this out during the stream unless one of the mods, if you want to ChatGPT how to do this, then I might be able to. I have our chat open in Discord, so if there's like a step-by-step guide to do this during a live stream, I'll be able to do it. Yeah, but thanks, Piper, man. John, what's up? Why doesn't a triangle? Wait, why doesn't a triangle exist in a wave 2? I thought that 2 is most of the times a zigzag structure, correct, and 4 a more ranging one, correct. But because of the rule of alternation, 2 also can be a triangle or WXY. So the rule of alternation, right, is about structure. It's about how deep a retracement is, and it's about time. So a wave 2, for example, is commonly short in time. It's a simple structure and a deep structure. And simple is generally regarded as a zigzag, so that's correct. And wave 4 is then more commonly a shallow structure, long in time, and a more complex structure, right? Like a WXY or a triangle. Now, you would need to ask Elliott Wave International, Frost and Prechter, and Mr. Elliott himself on the question of why doesn't a triangle exist in a wave 2. But based on all the research over the past decennia, a wave 2 triangle does not exist. It's not allowed in it doesn't appear in Elliott waves. So yeah, unfortunately, I can't really give you a more accurate answer than this, right? It's just studying Elliott waves for many years, and if you deep dive into the content and you go to Elliott Wave International, read the books, the websites, and you'll it's one of the, probably in the book as well, one of the things you'll easily read triangles, wave 4s. Of course, a triangle can exist in a wave 4, wave B, wave X, wave Y, wave Z, right? That's the place for a triangle. And in a zigzag, you can have zigzag family structures, flat family structures, WXYs, but no triangles. In a wave 4, you can have everything. So in a wave 4, you can have the zigzags, the flats, the triangles, the WXYs. What about contracting a diagonal in for a wave A? Where is your diagonal, Oku? What time frame are you talking about? Are you talking from all-time high down here to 86, or from 86 here to the upside? John, thanks, man. Appreciate it, dude. Also, thanks for all your comments. Thanks for all your comments. It's very appreciated. I always, of course, reply whenever I have the time. So cheers, man. I'm happy you like it. Test is testing the chat. Retracted his message. Welcome, Test. Husam, I believe that the negative will end on 21st of December, according to Gun. What do you mean with the negative, Husam? I'm interested to know. 21st of December. So 21st is still a full month. Thinking. I mean, if from a bullish perspective, right? If we're still looking for wave 4s and wave 5s, then likely you're ending after the 21st of December. Usually December is quite bullish, no? Does Bitcoin go to 85.5K? It's currently en route to 85.5K. Will it hit 85.5? Of course, I won't be able to tell because there's no glass ball. It's all probabilities. But at the moment, your probabilities, as explained just now, are higher to still take out this low. 1 second. And once you take out the low, there's little bits and pieces of support. But 85.5, it's on the cards. But at the moment, we are here at the point of control of this small little range, which would be your first barrier to take out the current low here. So unfortunately, of course, I can't answer the question, will Bitcoin go somewhere? As in the end, even if price does take out this low here, will it go to 85.5? We don't know. Might just wig the low and then continue up, no? Jeffrey, welcome. Legendario, what's up? Oh, thanks, maybe a band-aid. Just enable redirect. Yeah, but settings, community. Okay, wait. Okay. So we go to settings. Oh, so it's not in my streaming window. I was in my streaming window. Let me shortly allow redirect. Well, there's a first time for everything. Such a professional content creator. Hello, settings. Waiting for YouTube to load my settings. Also, the weekend is coming up, and most commonly during the weekend we have a sideways price action. So that is something to look forward to. Last weekend, of course, that was not the case. That's why we have a gap, but most commonly that is what happens. So I go to settings, community, choose from the permission settings in the channel set that can be used to redirect content. All channels can redirect to my content. Okay. Allow other creators to send their viewers to any of your live streams or premieres. Your content can only be selected for a live redirect if it's upcoming or in progress. All channels can redirect to my content. This option is disabled if your channel subscriptions are private. So I might need to change my privacy settings, but at the moment, I at least checked the box that says all channels can redirect to my content. But I always have like the subscriptions and stuff all private. But let me know if this works. Pass the URL of a user to allow live redirect from. Yeah. I'll make a screenshot for you guys. Trying to there we go. Never too old to learn something. Thank you. Pleasure, Rodney. Yeah, it's a little tricks that make charting a lot easier, right? So you don't need to have your mouse exactly on the high and the low. You just use control. Another tip that I like to give is if you pull a fib, right, then click on the fib that you just pulled, hold shift, and then you can drag your fib to the left and the right without it moving up or down. If you do move it down, right, then as you can see, what happens if I get close to where I started the fib, it jumps, you see, it jumps back into the horizontal area. So even if I would like go down here, ups, you know, so you can also like, yeah, vertical, I mean. So instead of like the fibs, like, you know, if you pull a fib here and you want to drag it to the right, instead of trying to manually do that, you just press shift and then easy. Okay, thanks, Mark. Thanks. Yo, everyone, if you are from Piper Academy, oh, there we go. Oh, yo, nice. Okay, you got the cap as a logo. Yo, what's up, everyone? Yo, Army Piper, thanks for the redirect. It is the first time ever my channel got a redirect, even though we didn't really manage to make it work. Thanks for like redirecting in the I suppose manual way. And thanks for thinking about me as well, man. That's awesome. What's up, Tradefly? How you doing, man? Yo, look at all the hats coming in, eh? Cheers, guys. Yeah, so there's a first time for everything. And those type of moments, of course, are not easily forgotten in the YouTube journey. So you and you know all the viewers here, thanks to everyone coming in. How do we call your community? Do we call them pipers, or is there another name? Who knows, right? We got the otters, right? Alex O'Crypto. The alumni. I mean, I suppose the answer would be like duh, right? Because of the heads. So yo, maybe a band-aid. Thanks, man. What's up, guys? Oh, hey, Rodney. There you go. You got gifted. Cliff, Tavin Liu, Jen Hartle, Borna. Thanks, man. Maybe a band-aid. Cheers, dude. But yo, by the way, Rodney, Cliff, Tavin, Jen, and Borna, make sure to fill in the form, which is the link that probably maybe a band-aid is going to post in a second. And then select gifted bronze so that I can bump you up to the silver membership. Yeah, thanks, man. For like, as mentioned, there's a first time for everything, and this is the first time someone at least wanted to, and eventually did manually, redirect to my channel. So that's awesome, man. Thanks. That's really kind of you. I appreciate it. Makes me think, by the way, that we gotta get the stream share thing going, right? You had the software, right? It just works in the browser, right? So we need to check it out. And also quite soon I'm thinking about getting a Mac, and there was something with that software and Mac, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, would be great. Yo, what's happening, man? Absolutely, let's do it. Yeah. Wait, let me write you a message. Here. What's happening in the chat, man? Ben, Mark. Yo, chill. Army Piper. You. We were talking about Ecamm Live. Okay, quickly wrote something. Yo, guys, chill. Ben, I can't keep up now, of course, with all the comments. Ben, man, So first of all, Ben, of course, thanks for your Discord message and taking the time to write a book with some tips and stuff with regards to laptops. And second, thanks for the gifts, man. That's amazing. Mark as well. Mark dropping another 5. Yo, everyone, maybe there's a couple of people from the alumni that got gifted. Who knows? But if you got gifted thanks to either maybe a Band-Aid, Ben, or Mark, then make sure to fill in the link, which French Toaster. Thanks, man, French Toaster. Yo, guys, we gotta share the link, because people gotta, if they want to get bumped up to silver. Oh, thanks, maybe a Band-Aid. Alumni. Okay, alumni. There we go. I got you. Alumni. Yeah, what's happening exactly? Yeah, thanks, maybe a Band-Aid. And thanks for posting again. Yo, French Toaster, appreciate it, man. So let me go through the list shortly, so just people actually know they got gifted. Maddie the Baddie, Enzelm, I think this was Cola, if I'm not mistaken. Liquid Mafia, Patrick, Lucas Fusterschmidt, P, Sebastian Wins, Mad D9, Declan, Bones 15, Thomas Karolak, translate, maybe this was Cola. One of those names was Cola. I don't recognize it. This person, No Jung UK, B, and then later from French Toaster, Elliott Dop. Make sure, guys, and girls, to fill in the form, and we will get you sorted. Thanks, man. Like, wow. Cheers, guys. Koen's channel is like Bitcoin, breaking all-time high every day. I mean, the channel is growing every day. Of course, we started about 1 year and 9 months, almost 9 months ago. And it's growing on a daily basis. So thanks for all the support, everyone. Welcome here as well. Again, all the alumni from Piper Academy. And cheers, Piper. You also, by the way, you've now let me know that redirecting on YouTube is a thing. I didn't know. Now, my background as a professional gamer back in the day was Twitch. So, of course, on Twitch, I knew how everything worked. And, I had my notifications on that. If you have people coming in from another stream, then you get like notification, of course, on the stream as well. I don't have all of that stuff activated here during the YouTube stream, but it might be something I can consider. I might also have to use Studio OBS or OBS Studio. Now I'm using Streamlabs, which is more like a gaming streaming software. Let's see. So price has hit the 786 at the moment. So again, for the bulls, your pretty much only scenario at the moment, right, would be 1 2, and then 1 2 up, right? So that's as pretty much the only scenario you have left, even though the second wave one, as mentioned, is much longer than your first. So therefore, it lowers the probabilities for 1 2 1 2, increases probabilities. This is a 3-wave structure, which increases probabilities as a bare minimum to continue ranging, slash take out the low. We continue to observe. At least we got the support identified, the point of control. How are the CVDs doing? I would prefer to see new CVDs, by the way, here. Price moving. If price wants to move up, then I would like to see new CVD divergences, and not the existing ones on a 50-minute time frame. We already had bullish CVDs playing out here twice with this move up. So now that this move down here this move down is not interesting from a CVD perspective with the previous lows. Right? So I would prefer, like we had bullish CVD here, played out, price moved up. We still have bullish CVD here as well, but it would be nicer to get a new structure in that case with new bullish CVDs if you want to support the bullish narrative. If you have a show scheduled and or live, shows can redirect. Oh, thanks, Mark. Mark is also posting info. Yep, if you have a show scheduled and or live, shows can redirect. I see. Okay, that's very interesting. So if I keep an eye on yourself and Alexo Crypto and others that are live, I can also redirect. That's quite cool. I actually had no idea. Very interesting. I gotta figure that out, how I can redirect as well. Did you have a good stream, man? Wow, I forgot to ask. Did you have a good stream? How was it? You have a good Friday? Are you also going live during the weekends, or are you more like chilling during the weekends? The CVD indicator, by the way, Bogdan Random, that is, first of all, an AGGR. That's the name of the platform. And the template that I use, if you go to Discord, it's the first link in the description, Bogdan Random. First link in the description, go to the Good to Know channel, right? Here's the website, charts.aggr.trade. And then here is the template that you can download without the lines or here with the lines. And then, yeah. And the reason I use another platform, so AGGR instead of Tradingview, is because the CVDs on Tradingview are not accurate. They're just not as good as AGGR. So I prefer using AGGR and pretty much have used it from the very beginning. Hello from Russia, Karol1, welcome. By the way, all the people from Piper stream here. Holy moly. Jeez. Yo, look at my chat lagging if I scroll. BC Port Corp, what's up? A French Toaster, hola. Welcome, man. I think, wasn't French Toaster one of the mods? Pistachio, how you doing? Sorry, I missed your message because of all the stuff happening. We have, if I scroll down here, more hats. Alexandra, what's up? How you doing? Moed, by the way, welcome. Good to have you here. Mark sent me here. He promised beer and techno music. Mark. More hats. Look at them spamming the hats. Yo, thanks, guys. Tradefly, cheers. Jeffrey Stone Cipher or Cipher. Yatin Singla, welcome. I mean, some people joined in the middle of like what was happening. Mario, welcome. Jeez. Okay, let's go down, shall we? Paul will not deduct the interest highly. He will do. Okay, adopt the next cycle. Okay, I see. Well, this is of course more, I suppose, of a new / fundamental type of trading related thing, which is not really in my ballpark. So I don't really know what this would mean, nor do I really use it, as I'm 100% technical. Yeah. Weekly multiple 1-2s, the Bitstamp weekly volume is higher in this current week. Yes, same in, oh, you mean compared to wave 3, Arturo? Yeah, I personally prefer Coinbase. I've always enjoyed the volume as well as the candles on this chart. Could we start from the top contracting diagonal for bearish wave 1? Yes, but 1, 2, you still need 3, 4, 5. So in that case, of course, you want to wait till you have a wave 4 or 5 in. Short recap. Yeah, we can definitely give a short recap. Let me do that. Turn that off. Fixed range, drag it up. Never really know why fixed ranges always move all the way to the bottom of the object tree. So for everyone just coming in, it's almost I almost have to go as well, by the way, unfortunately, but that's life. So, oops. On the weekly time frame, we're looking for a 5-wave impulse structure, right? Target area for your 5 is 129k 81.3, so in this area, that's where we're looking to end an impulse 1 2 3 4 5, which means that if price just continues in a straight line without showing a 4 and 5, because in an impulse we need 1 2 3 4 5, you can see we have some 2s, but we don't yet have any ranges here, so we need to wait for those ranges, right? Those rejections, those ranges, retracements, and then we can slowly talk about potentially ending a 5 in the target area. If price continues to move up and volume increases above this high here on the Coinbase chart, wave 3, we're going to be looking for more bullish scenarios, which is 1 2 1 2 and then a much bigger wave 3. Daily time frame, highest probability scenario is multiple 1-2s, right? We're working on a wave 3 and validation is 66.7. And yeah, we're waiting for wave 4s and wave 5s to form, quite simply. Again, it's a summary, so I do go quite quick. On the 4-hour time frame, probability is at the moment higher to look for a bigger corrective structure. So we have our 1 2 1 2 3, and we look for 2 4 5s minimum. We can add more, so you can have another 1 2 here potentially, even another one here to make it a quadruple 1 2. But being conservative is generally better than trying to count too many 1-2s. So the reason that now a green 4 in this case has a higher probability is because of the lower time frames. And you want this wave 4 in green to end at least after Saturday 1 a.m., which is tomorrow, and preferably after the 19th of November. And then finally, on the 1-hour time frame, as on the 50-minute, I should say, as price now has this 3-wave structure up, right? So from the low, a 3-wave move. If you want to count as bullish, so if you want this low to be the end of a 4 and continuation up impulsively, then the only scenario left is a double 1 2, meaning 1 2 1 2 continuation. In validation, move below 87.1. Now the reasons why probabilities are lower for 1 2 1 2 and 3 is because your second one here would be very long compared to the first, which is less common, as a second wave 1 is a lower degree wave 1 compared to the higher degree wave 1. And usually higher degrees are bigger, right? And there's not such a big difference between a lower degree 1 and a higher degree 1. So therefore the probabilities increase that this is a 3-wave corrective structure, which therefore increases the probabilities as a minimum to continue ranging / take out that low. We move to the upside, so we had the morning update here. We identified the resistance, and that is where we rejected. And now we are on top of the point of control here of the range that we came from. So yeah, that's what's happening. Probabilities weekly higher to continue the bull market. Same on the daily. On the 4-hour, we look for a bigger range, and after which we look for continuation. To see the crowd come in. Yeah, I mean, the chat goes so quick, I can't keep up. There's 3 minutes. Also, that 3-minute bullish CVD that just confirmed on the local. Okay, that's a start. Glad to be part of the community and get to enjoy as much as I do for free is cool. Cheers, Ben. I appreciate it, man. I mean, education is one of the main drivers, main values I have for the channel. And yeah, I'm happy to have the Elliott Wave playlist, of course, is on my channel free, and a lot of stuff in Discord. So thanks for supporting the channel this way, man. And also it's nice, like if people gift, it's not like a donation and then done, but you actually help people in the like that watch as well, right? It's cool. They are able to benefit from it. Family time in the weekend. Yeah, that's a good decision. I eventually started to incorporate that as well. Damn man, I lost I lost the message. But yeah, previously, back in the day, I continued uploading 3 times a day in the weekend. But I noticed that as the channel is growing and, you know, there's more and more messages and mails and answers. And now I start to slowly build a team. But yeah, taking Saturday off at least for me is important. And on Sundays, generally, I do an altcoin live stream. This Sunday, by the way, everyone, Sunday morning, I'm flying to the Netherlands. I still have to write a post about this, probably tomorrow. But I'm a global keynote speaker as well. And I have to speak at a couple of events in the Netherlands and visit one event and a birthday and whatnot. I will take all of my stuff with me, but it's not going to be like as many updates a day that you're used to. You know, so I'll try to be online once a day, but and generally it's going to be live streams instead of videos. But just so you know, but I'll still write a message about it. But yeah, family time on the weekend, it's a good choice. What's up, Spiritually Stupid? Good to have you here. Welcome, welcome. What happens if we hit the 618 of the local move down? Then impulsive down invalidated, but impulse up is also not very likely. In the move, if we hit the 6, oh yeah, so if you take it from the high to the low, okay. Impulse down, invalidated, but impulse up, not likely. Well, then you have to think about either the double 1-2, which of course is bullish, right? Or a WXY, where you have W zigzag, X zigzag, and then your wave Y turns into a flat, into a triangle, or a zigzag by itself. What's up, Milo? Brian, welcome. You're like a Wi-Fi signal, strong in most places, but mysteriously shy when it matters the most. Honestly, it's kind of adorable. Thank you, I think. I appreciate it. Time for water. I got to say, I'm not really a shy person. Yeah. Maybe sometimes. Alt again coming in as well. Yeah, where's Alex? Alex O Crypto from Canada. Rudy, welcome. How you doing? How you doing? Didn't you plan a European cruise trip anytime soon? Yo, Piper, where you're from? Is Piper still here? Piper, where you're based? Are you Army Piper, US? Yeah, there's so much happening. Bro, how do you crack the Da Vinci Code of Elliott wave? It's like trying to read hieroglyphs during an earthquake. Well, I suppose COVID helped me out there because as a keynote speaker during COVID, all the events were canceled, so I couldn't really speak. So therefore, I had a lot of time on my hands, and I happened to get in touch with the markets just before COVID in December 2020. And when COVID fell, I basically had, time on my hands, and I learned everything about Elliott waves, which was one of the first kind of tools that I found. I got in touch with it because of Bearabit. Not sure if Bearabit is here. His YouTube channel is White Rabbit Trading. But Bearabit is like my first, I suppose, online crypto friend, if you call it like this. We kind of like grew up in the crypto industry together. We started around the same time, and profitability came around the same time. And I focused on Elliott waves, and he got into more price actions and structure and candles and other stuff. And he has his own thread in my Discord, but he will have his own channels to come. But yeah, it's been a lot of studying, more than full-time hours in a week during those years. And in about 1.5 to 2 years, that's when I got on the level where I am today, which I feel like I know everything with regards to Elliott waves. It means that 2025 will not be good as of 2026 and 2027. I see. So 2025 will not be good as of, it means that Husam, do you mean that in 2026, 2027, you expect downside or less of a push compared to 2025, or 2025 is going to be worse? It means that 2020 will not be good as of... I guess you mean 2025 will be worse than 2026 and 2027, right? The downturn on the 15 has overlaps. Ooh, 5-minute time frame. I generally stay away from the 5, but 5 flat, 5 zigzag. Yeah, I mean, in that case, like, unless you want to count a running flat here, ABC, to then count ABC, which looks a little bit odd here. But yeah, there is indeed a lot of overlap. But then I would prefer a WXY double zigzag, no? Yeah, I don't really like to be active on 5-minute charts. There is indeed overlap here, but I like the 15 as like the minimum time frame. So we hit support, and we have the potential of 5-wave up, and then yeah, it could be a 3-wave down, which opens the possibilities for price to then of course take out the high. But you're not yet out of the danger zone, because a double 1-2, especially before the weekend, if you do get into a 3, then let it be before the weekend. But counting 1-2, 1-2 here is lower probabilities because of the size of the second one. So this looks better as a 3-wave structure. And of course this one here as well at the moment. Most bearish, by the way, would be 1-2, 1-2 and then 3. But I've done the analysis earlier, of course. Doing a Christmas market river cruise next December. Holy moly, man. A Christmas market river cruise next December. That's awesome. I've never done a cruise before. I have no idea. But enjoy as well. A Christmas market river cruise. Should be. It sounds very romantic. Visiting different cities during Christmas time with all the decorations. Yeah, it sounds very nice. Very nice. If we hit the 618 and wave 4, what will be the macro scenario? But then you would need to hit 77k, and then you can only have, for the bulls, there's only another 1-2 left with the invalidation at 66k. If Bitcoin takes a deep retracement, alts will belly flop right after. What do you think? Generally, alts follow the movement of Bitcoin, right? Of course, in a different degree. Sometimes if Bitcoin pushes, alts can stay quite stable, but generally, of course, they move in the same direction. Now, if Bitcoin is going to continue in ranging in a bigger wave 4, right, and therefore move sideways, then your alts first of all have an opportunity to move more explosively, but generally alt season comes after a bigger Bitcoin push, no? So we already had, by the way, great move to the upside from 60k to 90k is no mean feat. But yeah, if Bitcoin goes down now, then yeah, alts will very likely move down. And if Bitcoin then moves back up, then yeah, the alts will also move back. Good evening again from the Philippines. Another thing, by the way, is that if Bitcoin is going to start ranging in a very big range, that is the moment that when people also get bored, of course, they pull money out Bitcoin, put it into alts, as alts then start to move. So that can, of course, be the start of your alt season. Gwen, welcome. Good to have you here. Texas. Yo, howdy. Have you been to Formula One? I mean, you probably hear it. Oh, no, wait. I mean, that depends if you live close to the track, of course. But Circuit of the Americas, it seems like you are shy when you smile. Ooh. I feel like I am... someone is analyzing my facial expressions. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it is a honest smile. Army Piper, does hurricanes suck, and and so does the humidity. Yeah, maybe a Band-Aid encountered some hurricanes last month. There were 2, no? Maybe a Band-Aid. That's crazy. What do you speak about? Gaming, crypto. Gaming and esports, yes. So I have, let me check. On Monday, I will speak about implementing gamification in cities. In Breda in the Netherlands. And then on Wednesday, I speak about how parents can cope best with gaming children, which is my niche expertise. That's what I'm known for in the Netherlands. I worked with parents and gaming children for, it's 2024 now, so that must be 7 years. And then eventually I started to speak more about this topic. I'm also an author in the Netherlands. My book is called Mijn Gamende Kind, which is called My Gaming Child. And it in 50 chapters, which is like individual chapters, like it's not a book you need to read from start to finish, but each chapter is full of like tips and tricks and all that stuff. Then on Thursday, I am invited to go to an event by someone in the industry, which is also a gaming and esports event. And then on the 25th, so that's the 4th, I have to speak for students. So that's 4 presentations in one day of 1 hour per presentation. The groups are between 14 and 16 years old. And there I will talk about online safety, balance, sleep, study, sports, social life, and screens. I'll talk about my story. And yeah, so that is what's going to be happening next week. But you can, if you look online, you'll find more of like who I am and what I do. Of course, many people on YouTube only know me because of Elliott Waves and the YouTube channel. But if you Google my name, and even if you Google Koens, you'll find a lot more than probably you won't even really find the YouTube channel, I think, because of all the other stuff out there. Oh, wait, what do I get if I look for Koens? Okay, the YouTube channel is it's up there, at least in my browser. Maybe because I visited a lot. I don't know how Google does it, but I also have Liquipedia, my personal website, LinkedIn, esports chart, esports earnings, Rocket Reach. Esports earnings, by the way, is incorrect. And like I have a lot of articles, newspapers that I've been in, television interviews that I've had as well. So but yeah, that was like my time in the Netherlands. I now live in France. Are you collaborating as a team for trading and technical analysis? No, it's just me. Maybe in the future, it can be interesting to build a team of analysts and like have people, have a team of people that I trust that are good in Elliott Wave analysis, that can coach other people, or that can start a YouTube channel specifically for ETH, or specifically for Solana, or specifically for Pepe, or whatever. That's interesting. That's interesting for the future. Yeah, but holy shit. We're almost at the bottom. What do you think on the short-term 1 hour time frame on Solana and ETH? Not sure if Solana already took all-time high, but that's definitely the target. And Ethereum, 1 hour ETH is, I just prefer to stick around on a weekly and just look for all-time highs on ETH as well as Solana. In both cases, it's about upside. But I already said I got to go 15 minutes ago, so I don't really want to jump into other charts because I'm gonna be here for another 2 hours. So when can you be sure about a double 1-2 if you get your wave 3? Especially once you have a second one that would be this big, which is just not common. You can only in hindsight be like, ah, this is your double 1-2, and then your 3 is where you realize it was a double 1-2. It's just not the highest probabilities. Yeah. Can you use the 886 from the start of the second 1-2 setup? Yes, but if you take it from this low here at 87.1 to the high, and price hits the 886 here, then what you know now is that the probabilities are very low for a double 1-2 because wave 2 hit the 886. In 2026, 2027, we'll gain much more than 2025, as all expect, because Paul will not deduct the interest highly in 2025. Okay, I see. Much more than 2025. Of course, in that case, you actually want to have a bear market in at least partially 2025 if you want to continue moving up in 2026, 2027. No? What's up, Jesse? What are the chances we range now between 80 and 100K? Or do you think 100K will be easy? 100K is a very strong psychological number. Yeah. It's depends on your wave 4s, no? So we are looking still for a couple of 4-5s. And it's very likely you will still hit 100K. I don't really see 100K as, is it like tough or easy, but more, what is the size of the wave 4 that we're having now, right? That's what we're looking for. And depending on the size, we can get a very good idea of what wave 4 it is in the multi 1-2 and then 4-5-4-5. But yeah, you're still looking for 100K at some point, yeah. Since 2017. Yeah, it's like a round number. It was first time we hit 90K here. We also saw rejection, right? So move down, poof, move down, and then breaking 90K. And now, of course, we're below 90K again. So I suppose we can definitely expect similar price action. 100K it's an emotional level. It's probably a target for many people. So there will be some profit taking. There will also be a lot of FOMO, I can imagine. Like, oh shit, Bitcoin at 100K. Oh, we're going to like $1 million per Bitcoin. And, like you have those type of people as well. Not be that person, by the way. You're making Koens too self-aware. Exactly, Dow. Don't get sweet by liquidity. Exactly. Yeah, I did a TEDx talk as well. Can you run the probabilities once more? Yes, on a weekly time frame, bullish. Daily time frame, also bullish. So those haven't changed. On the 4-hour time frame, currently the probabilities are higher to look for a bigger wave 4 because of this move up having a higher probability of being a 3-wave structure. So naturally, you therefore look at a bigger 4, so a bigger range. Also, the weekend is coming up. It's the New York market will be open for a couple of hours still, but once the weekend hits, of course, most commonly you go sideways. So yeah, expecting a bigger range, retracement. This having a higher probability of being a 3-wave structure to the upside does increase the probabilities to take the low. But as a minimum, you expect price to continue ranging. And currently we have resistance and support identified on the chart here. So yeah, that's it really. Of course, on the higher time frames, we still look for price to move up. So it's much more interesting to look for upside compared to downside. During a bull market, you always have retracements. You always have new buying opportunities, which for me is what retracements are really. But you got to find a good entry based on the structure in the range, and then according to your plan, look for entry and then eventually ride the wave. No? You're a fearless type. Got that vibe straight from your website. Yeah, I don't really, I suppose, fear many things. I'm very curious. I love exploration. I tend to like first do and then see if it's something for me or not. But yeah, I don't really have a lot of fears. One thing I'm not a big fan of is like if I would be on a boat in the middle of absolutely nowhere and jump in the dark blue ocean. Yeah, I'll stick on the boat or stay on the boat. Like Piper. I'm not sure how far away he is from the coastline, but you won't see me going off the slide next on the side of the boat in the middle of nowhere. I leave that pleasure for other people. Google Koenschobbers, yeah. That's me. Almost 100. Almost 100 indeed. Good job, Jesse. Short recap before you end. Yeah, I mean, I just did the recap, yeah. So are you all about that day trading live? Or do you also stash some coins away for the long haul, like month or even years? I do have some spot, but I'm more of a, like, of course I have like I have a portfolio, right? So an investment portfolio and that sort of stuff. But crypto specific, yeah, I have some spot. Is that really for the long haul? I don't know, right? Because I know Elliott waves, especially on the higher time frames, Elliott waves is very powerful. So I do play around with holdings in that regard. But of course, most of my time is just trading. And even trading, I mean, compared to touching portfolio, right? I don't really touch my my spot, but I touch my futures portfolio, of course, all the time because of trades. So yeah. But even there, like I'm a day trader. I'm not a scalper, right? So some days there's no setup. In the weekend, I tend to not really be too active on the charts and do other stuff. Yeah. But yeah, whenever there's an opportunity, I'll be in. I'm in. Okay, everyone. Wow. What a crazy live stream, but I got to go. 22 minutes after I actually said I had to go. But I have to go because my agenda tells me that... let's see, where is it? What's on the plan? Yep. First of all, it's time to do some sports. And then I still have to work on the Elliott Wave PDF, right? We're working hard on this, couple of scripts. And then later in the evening, of course, spend some time with the wife, which is important as well. Right? Important as well. So thanks for being here. How can the move to the down goes ahead? Would be a flat or a WXY. Your cam is shaking. Yeah, I know. It's because of my desk. It's a stand-in desk. And of course now it's long, so it's more wiggly. And I stand against the desk. So when I touch the desk, then the webcam tends to move a little bit. Sorry if I make you seasick. So, okay, yeah, trade safe. If there's going to be any crazy movements, then let it be before the weekend, as generally the weekend is sideways price action. A summary of probabilities without the analysis, but weekly time frame, bullish, right? We continue looking for price to move to the upside. On the daily, that's exactly the same. Retracements are part of the game, right? Bull flags, in other words. On the 4-hour time frame, we are looking for wave 4 and 5, which in the end is also still continuation up. But if you get a bigger wave 4, then yeah, keep an eye on the retracement targets. But just to keep it easy, right, and not like scary and stuff, in the end, we're still looking for price to continue up. So looking up is much more interesting than looking down. No? And on the 1 hour, yeah, from the local low on the chart, this move up has a higher probability of being a 3-wave structure. The bullish alternative is a 1-2-1-2. You're starting a 3. Should be just before the weekend. You definitely want to have a 3 before the weekend in that case. But then you're moving towards all-time highs. If that would be a 3, volume increasing, impulsivity increasing, full throttle. It's just that the probabilities aren't as high as an ABC because of the size of this move here. So, we continue to observe. But then again, I mean, in the end, we're high time frame still looking for price to move up. So gotta find good opportunities to ride the waves to the upside. It's much more interesting, in my opinion, to look for up instead of down. Retracements are new buying opportunities. So yeah, that's good. Enjoy your weekend as well. Spiritually stupid, but everyone, tomorrow it's Saturday, but generally on Saturdays I am not active with the content, right? So I have like a day off, and I actually have quite a busy planning with my wife. But on Sunday, I'll say it again, Sunday morning, I fly to the Netherlands because I'm there for a week as I have to give a couple of presentations. So I try to fit in an altcoin stream from the Netherlands. I'll take my stuff with me, but it's not guaranteed because it kind of depends on how the day goes as I'll be visiting family. So somewhere during the day, I hope to drop an altcoin stream, and maybe tomorrow it fits in my agenda because my wife and I definitely have a full day planned tomorrow. So yeah. Samsung United, the last weekend wasn't, but if you, Samsung United, do your statistics and you do your statistics without a bias, then you will see that most weekends are sideways price action. And of course, we're in a bull market, so upside is more interesting than downside and all that stuff. But just track the statistics of the weekends and you will find that most of the weekends are sideways structures. We do not know if the next weekend is going to be a sideways structure or not, but based on probabilities that are gathered by tracking statistics, most of the weekends are a sideways structures. So therefore, that is the expectation till proven otherwise. I think that's a nice end, I suppose. So just mean the past 2-3. Yeah, last weekend was a bullish one. Correct. Last weekend was more of an impulse. I mean, we grinded up, and then as Monday hit, then there we go. But yeah, that's why we have a gap. That's why we have the gap, right? So it's been quite a crazy week. Now, for the people that are still here, over 100 people are watching Facecam Koen at the moment. I'm thinking about, like, my background. Of course, I moved countries and it's very pale, very, not much happening here. I'm thinking about putting some sort of a plant here and maybe a closet or something, maybe some lights. Got to work on it now. But yeah, anyway, price moving back up. I see. Nice. Literally hit resistance, hit support. And there we go again. Oh, out of memory. Lol, very nice. Okay, everyone, thanks for being here. Appreciate everyone hanging out. And yeah, I will see you again at the next one. Enjoy your weekend.